The 8 of us have been killed a combined total of 67 times, Jeff said. This strikes me as a problem. A youngish man in a silver sequined robe raised his hand. I'm not a school teacher, Martin. If you have a question, you can just ask. Martin glanced around at his friends, wearing their wizard robes and hats, seated in a cluster of chairs in Jeff's home, a small, unassuming blue hut that, thanks to a magical portal he'd created and a much larger hut out in the woods, appeared to be bigger on the inside than it was on the outside. Jeff stood at the front of the room addressing them. Martin said, "Sorry, the whole thing just kind of gave me a Hogwarts vibe." "That's fine." "Anyway, I don't have a question so much as a statement. None of us is dead." "Yes, well, when I say we were killed 67 times, what I mean is that we were nearly killed 67 times, and were only saved by the use of magic or dumb luck." "Then why not say that?" "I wanted an opening line that was a real grabber, something to get your attention before I show you the chart." Gary raised his hand. The loose sleeve of his black robe slid down to reveal a thin, bare arm, as the Dawkins t-shirt he wore beneath it had short sleeves. The pale skin of his arm almost matched the bleached white bone that made up his skeletal, artificial leg. "I have 2 questions. One is, aren't we all here for movie night? The other is, what chart?" Jeff sighed. "Yes, we are here for movie night. After we discuss the boring business of all of us nearly dying a whole bunch of times, we'll move on to the vital task of watching an old movie." A black man in a purple robe asked, "What are we watching?" Jeff said, "Thanks for not raising your hand, Tyler. We're watching Mad Max: Fury Road." Gary said, "Mad Max? Good! Mel Gibson's the coolest." Martin said, "Yeah, you're from 1992, aren't you?" "Yes. So?" "So, enjoying Mel Gibson while you can." Jeff said, "As for your second question, what chart? The chart I haven't shown you yet because I only just got my first sentence out before I got sidetracked." Jeff waved his magic wand and said, "Montreal diagram." An easel holding a large chart appeared next to him. The left side of the chart had a list of the names of the wizards present. Along the top, Jeff had listed every event in which one or more of the wizards had nearly been killed, using shorthand titles like Orcs, Giant Squid, and Mud Elemental. A grid full of check marks illustrated which wizards had nearly been killed by each danger. The wizards were silent for a moment while they read and absorbed the information. Jeff said, "I only included peril that we've faced after finding the file, discovering that the world is a computer program, and coming back here to medieval England to pose as wizards. Whatever trouble some of you might have gotten into to make you decide to come here is your own business." Britt the younger adjusted her glasses, peering across the room at the chart. "Huh. That's funny. I would have assumed that Martin had nearly been killed the most, but Philip just edges him out." "Yes," Philip said, stroking his beard. "But I'd have you know that all of the attempts on my life have happened since I met Martin." Martin said, "Jeff, I have to object. You say that Philip nearly killed me in our first duel. That's just not true." Gwen shook her head, then brushed her light brown bangs out of her eyes and said, "No, Martin, but the villagers thought he killed you, and let's face it, he could have if he'd wanted to."